Now, the Labour Party has warned that a Tory stealth council tax is set to leave households 300 quid a year worse off. New analysis by Sir Keir Starmer's party ahead of May's local elections reveals the scale of the tax hike, with the Tory government having made 3 changes to the council tax system since 2019. Now, they claim that as of next month, the £5 billion hike means families will already be 140 quid worse off than they were just 4 years ago, soaring further to £300 worse off under the next government. Well, I can now speak with Callum McGoldrick, researcher at the Taxpayers Alliance, who joins me here in the studio in Westminster. Welcome to the studio. Council taxes are going up once again, and everybody seems to be blaming each other.
Yes, well, Martin, thank you very much for having me. I think in the run-up to the election, we're likely to see a lot of gamesmanship from both sides. We have a 70-year high tax burden. It's obviously going to be a big sticking point. I think you look at the councils at the moment that are putting taxes up, though. It's Birmingham with a 21% rise over the next 2 years. They're a Labour council. Thurrock, a Conservative council, will be putting taxes up by 8%. So it's a problem for both sides, really. And
the fact of the matter is, the country's potless. I mean, with £2.6 trillion in debt, a huge amount of that was by fiscal quantitative easing, printing money, 900 billion quid's worth almost during lockdowns. We've got no money left. They couldn't charge us parking fines. They couldn't take money from us in the ordinary ways during lockdowns. As a consequence, they're just all short of money. They're whacking up council taxes. We've got no say in it, and they're just trying to blame anybody but themselves.
It's a real problem in the public sector. We see it where when they need to find money, they will never look inwards. They'll go outwards. So Birmingham, for example, are looking to dim the street lights. They say it will save £900,000 a year. They also have an EDI officer earning over £100,000, but it's the street lights that they wish to go after. We look at Thurrock. They're reducing bin collections rather than turning inwards. They've just built a new office block for themselves. It's a real problem. South Cambridgeshire are another council. They're Lib Dem, but they're looking to go to a 4-day week, where they've already started the 4-day week trial. They're saying that this will save them money, even though by their own key performance indicators, they're underperforming massively.
And Callum, of course, potless councils look at new ways of picking our pockets. One big thing coming forward, of course, is clean air zones, increased parking fines. We're seeing this in Oxford. We're seeing it in multiple cities across the land. Inevitably, Callum, where there's a shortfall, there'll be a new scheme, a new method, a new way of squeezing more pips out of the orange, the taxpayer.
Yes, so we released a research note last year looking at comparing the sales fees and charges raised by local councils from 2011 to 2022. And it turns out that they earn millions more in all sorts of manner of different charges that they levy upon people, again, rather than looking inwards to find efficiencies.
And also, when we look at some of the ineptitude in Birmingham, it was a gender pay act that would have bankrolled them for multiple millions. We've seen in Nottinghamshire the Robin Hood energy scheme, a failed scheme into energy equality. We've seen solar panel farms. We've seen property investments. Why can't they just get back to basics and just get the bins and the potholes sorted out?
Well, you mentioned EDI. That's a very key problem with councils. We had a bit of research out last week looking at the EDI roles of councils. In 2021, they had 474 EDI officers earning about £12 million nationally. Last year, that rose to 717 officers earning over £23 million. So it's a near doubling in EDI officer roles.
And we're also seeing, Callum, a raft of non-jobs emerging: diversity, inclusion, net zero, cutting carbon. Jobs that have come out of nowhere, jobs that cost the taxpayer loads and loads of wonga.
Yes, it's really a problem with them. It seems that they've completely lost their sense of what their job actually is. We see people celebrating birthdays for potholes because they've been there for so long. We see.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but that kind of is funny.
Yeah, I saw another story of a man that the pothole had got so big he could stand in it because it was over 6 foot. But yet they seem to think that their role is actually to decide how many Easter eggs you could eat, or how to eat an Easter egg, or all of these manner of EDI roles.
Superb stuff. A tragic comedy ending to that bit there. Potholes so big you can stand in them. Callum McGoldrick, researcher at the Taxpayers Alliance, thank you very much for joining us on the show.